Why did I make this project about South Sudan? South Sudan was in the news, and the independence was coming up. It was receiving a lot of publicity, and I had known about the country for years, and the sort of oppression and suffering that they'd gone through at the hands of the Sudanese government. So the fact that they were kind of getting independence was an amazing and really optimistic thing. So it was in the news, and I could see Independence Day coming up, and I was kind of tempted to go there for independence. But I also knew that it would just be kind of full of news crews and TV companies, and I wasn't sure that what I would really be able to add to it. It would be difficult to operate, probably very expensive, and it would just be like a big news event. So what I decided to do was to go there 2 months after independence, and I arrived. The kind of circus had left town, the dust had settled, the euphoria had died down, the kind of initial optimism, and then the real questions were being asked, which is what is going to happen next, and how is South Sudan going to kind of reinvent itself, not even reinvent, but create itself from nothing and become a sort of independent country. And the project was really an attempt to explore that and look behind the scenes, and to look at the people behind the news, the people that were making the decisions, the aid workers that were coming in, the kind of UN government bodies that were trying to prop the country up, the politicians who were making decisions, people who were trying to control corruption, the sort of wheeler dealers, businessmen who were coming in to make profits from the country. It was an attempt to try and understand the kind of complexity of what happens behind a nation state, and to really see it in context and try and understand it, and also to see the people and to give them a personality, and to try and to sort of not just photograph it in a newsy way where you kind of have a lot of drama and action but no real understanding of this country. Another question is, am I still working on it? Yes, although after independence and after I'd been there 2 months after it, South Sudan is kind of still in conflict with Sudan, the main part of the country that it broke away from, and they've suffered for many, many years a lot of problems and sort of marginalisation and oppression and conflict from its Sudanese neighbours, and there's a struggle over oil. So South Sudan has a lot of the oil in their country, and they cut the pipelines because the oil runs through Sudan, and there's all sorts of arguments, and this is going to be the biggest problem that they face. So now they're in a kind of permanent state of stagnation while they try and make a deal so the problem can be resolved. And it's a huge issue because all of their economy is based on oil income. So if they lose that, they're ruined. And for Sudan, it's the same problem. They also need that income. So at the moment, they've locked horns, and we're waiting to see what really will happen next. In terms of offering advice to CDF students about being a photographer, or what's good about it, it's such a difficult question. But ultimately, photography is just such a great passport to follow your interests and to really explore and investigate and learn about what interests you. And then to kind of communicate your own feelings and have an opinion and express them through this medium. So it's very exciting, and it kind of never gets boring. So it's just I couldn't really believe it when I found out that you could study photography at college and then get paid for it. It was amazing, but obviously there's a struggle to get your work published and to get it out there and to have a platform for your work. It's not easy, but the rewards make it all worthwhile.